Hey guys, it's David with Freedom Outfitters, and today we're going to be installing the Baja S1 Retrofit headlights into this 2014 Toyota 4Runner. These headlights will fit any 2014 through present 2023 models. Alright, so the first step in installing these headlights is we're going to have to take the front bumper off the car. That's a pretty simple process. All we're going to have to do is remove this air dam here, which is just pushed down by a couple clips. And then we have a 10mm socket, which we're going to do, you're going to see on the inside of the fender, there's a couple bolts that we have to take off. Recording? Yep. Alright, so the second step of this, once your air dam's off, is to remove the 3 bolts here on the side of the bumper. And there's going to be another 3 on the passenger side as well. Alright, so for this next step, all we're going to be doing is there's 4 bolts, 2 on each side, 2 on the side, 2 on that. And all you have to do is use your 10mm and undo those as well. Alright, and then the final 2 bolts are, looks like another 2 10mm, and they're going to be underneath the center of the bumper here. So we're just going to remove those. Alright, and so for the next part, we were going to be removing the bumper. So I have a towel down. And it's also on my lawn, so make sure that whenever you pull this off, you just have somewhere nice and soft to place it down. And then so that's going to start by, if we come over here, we're going to have these 3 clips on the left and the right side. Alright, so for these 3 clips on the front, you'll notice that 2 of them are on the outside and 1's on the in. So when we do this, if you're using a screwdriver like I am, make sure to be kind of gently so you don't damage your paint. And all you're going to want to do is pop these out, and then this inside one is actually going to pop from the inside here, and then that'll be coming off. We can see that we actually have a few more clips to undo on the inside here. There's these 4 here. We're just going to use our flathead screwdriver and we're going to pop those off. They should come right out. So while you're popping your bumper off, you're going to want to be aware if you have a model that has fog lights, that you're not going to be able to pull the bumper too far away from the car before you actually have to go back and unclip those fog lights. And when we get there, I'll show you exactly how we do that. And this should pull away rather easily. You might need to pull a little, but it should come off pretty standard. All right, so here we are. And if you can look down in here, you're going to be able to see that wire from the fog lights, and that's just a little clip on the back side. All you have to do is pinch that and it should pull right off. Alright, so to uninstall this headlight, we have 4 screw points. There's 1 here at the top, 1 here on the front, 1 here on the side, and then a sneaky one. If you have to pull away this cover here, it'll expose the final bolt for you to unscrew there. Alright, so now that we have disconnected all 4 of those bolts, you simply pick up the headlight here, and you make sure it's popped off with all the clips. You pop it away from the lights here, and then you simply unscrew these lights by just twisting. Alright, so you can twist out the lights, and since we're going to be using some of these and we're not going to be using others, the blinker in the Freedom Retrofits is going to we're going to keep that bulb, so we're going to keep the bulb in there. But for these high beam and the low beam, we're actually going to just disconnect those from the pinch, from the harness, because we're just going to be plugging into the Baja S1 and the Bi-LED Titan, I believe, from Freedom Retrofits. And now that your headlight's off, we can put that one aside and get ready to install the new one. Alright, so next here, we're going to install the plug-and-play Freedom Retrofit headlights. We're going to have the 2 connectors for the high beam and the low beam here. Those should plug right in. And then we're going to have the daytime running here and the blinker here. And those bulbs we're going to keep from the OEM headlights. We're going to plug those into their specified slots. And we're going to go here, and for these 2, kind of the opposite of the motion that you did to uninstall your old headlights. You're going to take it from the kind of like the harness here, and then simply slide it into place, and then spin it, and it should lock right down. Alright, so once you have all your connections plugged in. What I like to do is reinstall the headlight on one side and just test functionality and make sure everything works the way that it should. Alright, once you've popped your bumper back on, we actually ran a couple tests on the headlights, made sure they worked, and they were good. So then we pop the bumper on, and the last thing you can do is turn on your lights. And you have your low beams here, and then you have your high beams, which are the Bajas. The only thing I will note is that you're going to want to adjust your low beams against something. We have it on the, I want to kill the highs. So you want to adjust your low beams. We have ours against the side of our garage, and you can just do that with a Phillips head screwdriver, and then on the inside of the low beam here, you'll see the OEM place to adjust those beams, and it's simply clockwise or counterclockwise to adjust those beams. And there you have it, an install of the Baja S1 Freedom Retrofits headlights.